Are you a progressive young leader, a proactive emerging executive, a rising
Running low on groceries? Why not visit realvalueiga.com and experience our new online shopping platform? Place your order, then go out and enjoy your day to spend more time with friends and family. Free delivery available within select locations or in-store pickup available. Sounds simple, right? It is. Stress less, live more with Real Value IGA online store, where good food begins.
Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store now has amazing deals, special discounted prices on wedding sets, watches and selected jewelry. We sell top brand jewelry and watches like Citizen, Guess and Klein and G-Shock, all at the best prices in Grenada. We also buy scrap gold and offer the best deals and customer service on the island. Opening hours Mondays to Saturdays 9:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store, located at the Esplanade Mall, St. George's, Grenada. Visit our brand new remodeled store or call us on telephone number 414-3114, 232-1234 or WhatsApp 533-1581. Sale is on for a limited time only. Of course, we want to say hello and welcome to everyone to another Mikey Live program. My name is Mikey Hutchinson, and we are coming to you live from the Spice Isle of the Caribbean. That is Grenada, where we have it all in abundance. We're talking about sand, sea, sun, and beautiful people. Tonight's news, we will feature a story, story of two Grenadians who lost their lives due to a crash that occurred earlier today at Montgelou. Also, both free to leave Venezuelan waters. We'll talk to you about that in a moment, as well as the PM comments on jab, and that comment has gone viral. We'll talk to you about that. Continued destruction of the road by companies. We'll talk to you about that. I've posted something on that from last night, and we'll elaborate a little bit more tonight. Election could be in 2026, says opposition leader. There's a new COVID variant out there. We'll talk to you about that. But we have quite a bit of things to talk to you about on tonight's program. Stay right there. This is what we call News Discussed, Not Told. Welcome to another Mikey Live program. Of course, those of you who are watching for the first time, we say hello to you. And to those of you who are always here, we call you the usual suspects. Thank you for joining us. Remember that someone sharing tonight's program will receive some free credits, compliments. Did you sell? That lucky person might just be you. Stay right there. We'll be back.
Affordable quality products delivered to you via superb service. We are Superb Distributors, wholesalers and authorized agents for trusted products you know and love, like Rika Juices, Pure Heaven products, Bibbin diapers, New Bright laundry detergent, Allegra pasta, and more.
Contact Superb Distributors at 435-2948 for superb quality and service.
Shop with confidence at Quartz. Get the lowest prices guaranteed. Get appliances, furniture, electronics, and so much more. If you find a lower price on any other products elsewhere, we'll match the price. Plus, we'll give you back 110% of the difference. Shop with confidence only at Quartz. Bringing value home. Special conditions apply.
Yes, that's what they say about Quartz. They always bring value home. Of course, again, we'd like to say hello to those of you who are joining us via YouTube, and those of you who are watching via Facebook. We are also saying hello to you, and of course, don't forget to bring someone in. All right, so the first thing that we have to tell all you about is this accident that occurred today in the Monjulu area. It claimed the life of 2 individuals. The call came in this afternoon about that crash, that vehicle going into a house, and of course claiming the life of the driver and as well his female passenger. And so it is not yet clear as to what caused that crash, but police say that they are investigating the matter. Now, the driver, Mr. Jeffrey Bubler Alexis, drives a taxi, and he does for hire trips around St. George's. And of course, at the time, according to reports, his passenger, Share Fortune of Mount Rush, died as well following that crash. Again, the authorities say that they are investigating this incident. We have not had anything official, but of course I've spoken to officers who are close to that particular investigation, and they say that they are conducting their investigation. They are not yet certain on what caused the accident, but of course I'm guessing that once that is determined, then a press release will follow with the information. But it's a sad day for those families and even for the people in the area. There are not many houses in that particular area, and so it's not very often that you'll have to deal with tragic news like this. But it is really, really, really sad to see how both individuals died. My heart goes out to their families, friends, loved ones. It's a really hard pill to swallow. But of course, again, we will continue to follow developments where that is concerned. We've had more than just one accident today. There was one that happened, let me see if I can put it up really quick, in the Latant area. It was not as severe as the accident in Monjulu, but it happened nonetheless, and of course there's always sad news about accidents here, accidents there. I don't know, we just been having so many accidents, and one man asked me today, but Mikey, why are we having so many accidents? Well, I can't tell you why. I don't know. There are many theories, of course. With the high volume of vehicles that are on the road, then you will find that the probability of accidents, just by virtue of the quantity, the probability will be high. All right, this was the accident in the Latant area. So, but we have to be very vigilant these days when we are on the road, and accidents are just that, accidents. But if there's anything that we can do to mitigate against them, then we should. And from time to time, you realize that there are things that people do as drivers that are really unnecessary, that can cause accidents. I do want to talk to the police regarding the use of, for example, I see it only in the south of the island, the use of the double blinkers, or you call it amber, or indicator, or hazard lights. I would really like the authorities to explain to drivers when you use the hazard lights and when you don't use it. Hazard suggests hazard. Brake lights are for the purpose of braking and for indicating to those behind you that you are braking, that you are stopping or about to stop, or you have stopped. There is no need for you to use your hazard light if you are stopped, unless you break down or your vehicle smoking and you go blow up. It's a hazard to traffic, to oncoming vehicles or to pedestrians. Then you use your hazard light. Other than that, you do not use your hazard light for a simple stop. You do not use your hazard light if you're stopping and you're allowing or permitting someone to walk up in front of your vehicle. That is a recipe for disaster. When you put on your hazard light, someone in the back of you see the hazard light on, it tells them that, well, you know what, something happened to that vehicle there, so they can go ahead and pass by. While you telling someone in front of you, come pass quick. And you put on your hazard light. Man behind you just see hazard. He say, okay, well, our vehicle break down there. Let me pass. You understand? There is a brake light for braking. There's an indicator for indicating left or right. Your hazard is not a brake light. And it will cause accidents. The only place I've seen that is in the south of the island. St. George's want to pass down long. So I don't know where they get that from. And so it's things like these. You understand? If we are not on the same wavelength with this nonsense, then it can create an accident. You realize they're only wrong about and everything, everybody fine because we know you keep left. You understand? Give way to the traffic on your right. So we all know those rules. So that's why we don't crash. But when you invent something new, you understand? When you concoct something new that people are not aligned with, then you create an accident. I see a man put on a hazard light in front of pedestrian cross. So I say, why put on a hazard light for? He making them people cross on the crossing. Eh? You understand what I'm saying? What? You stop for the people to cross and you have a hazard light. What you brake light is for? And if you want to add a little layer to that, you know, you put your hand out and say, hey, don't think, you understand? But you put your hazard on the pedestrian, you know what you're telling the driver behind you? Anyway. But there are a lot of things that we do as drivers that create a recipe for disaster on the road. Point blank. So we are moving on. There's a tropical wave that is likely to affect Grenada. You understand? So we have to look out for that. You understand? And we are, in fact, hearing from the Met Office about this. Of course, this is signaling the start of the rain season. In fact, we have been getting rain. We did not have, we didn't yet. No, truth be told, we didn't really have a dry season this year. It was a dry season, but the dry season wasn't dry. And so there is an approaching wave. All right, it's moving west at a forward speed of 15 knots. And this approaching tropical wave is expected to traverse across the state of Grenada tomorrow afternoon. Now, weather models continue to suggest increased cloudiness, scattered showers, and a chance of thunderstorms. At the moment, showers and thunderstorms, or convection as it is called, continues to develop on either side of the wave axis. All right. Now, at present, there aren't any warnings issued for the state of Grenada. All right. But here's what you must also note. Saharan dust continues to be around the system, which may reduce anticipated rainfall amounts. All right. And we told you for the first wave that were expected to affect Grenada a couple of days ago, that the dust makes it really hard for it to develop into anything significant, or it interferes with the quantity of rain that we are likely to expect. And so that is also a similar situation we have happening here. So the Met Office said that they will continue to keep a close eye on this tropical wave and will provide updates as necessary. All right, we'll have some more information for you regarding that later on, you know, when we get more specifically into the weather segment of our news. So let me take off that WhatsApp thing because people forgetting that they're on the business. You understand? All you. We are moving on. So the next thing that we have to tell all you about, boy, Mary G. That's the Grenadian vessel that was carrying Grenadian traffickers. It went adrift last Thursday and went into Venezuelan waters, and it was there for a couple of days. As one of the daughters of one of the persons there, one of the passengers, say they were being held hostage against their will, of course, asked to pay a sum of monies. All right. Well, in a town hall meeting tonight, the Minister for Foreign Affairs, Honorable Joseph Andal, said that the matter has been resolved and that the vessel is now cleared to leave Venezuela. They say out of caution, though, they will not attempt that journey tonight, but will do so tomorrow, God's willing. So, of course, we're happy to hear that that situation has been resolved. To what extent, or did we have? To what extent did we contribute towards that? I'm not sure, of course, because he was just speaking at the town hall meeting tonight about that. All right. Okay. So the next thing that we have to tell all you about is that the problem of the destruction of our roads continue. You have excavators destroying our nation roads selfishly. I see that many people talk about growing up, excavators used to be carried on a flatbed or something like that to prevent any sort of damage to the road. But I don't know what's going on. But at will, you'll find that there's heavy machinery just going and mashing up. The government just fix the road, nice it up, nice, give it a nice like a resurface work, because sometimes it'll take like a while before we get like a fix up, but we get a like a fix up. And then before long, you would find that some company have some work to do. They prioritize their work. To hell with oil, you understand? To hell with the amount of money that the government would have spent on repairing the road, and in a matter of seconds, destroy the business. And they sleep comfortably at nights. We, as a people, have to hold these individuals accountable. We, as a people, as a nation, need to hold these companies accountable for the destruction of the people's road. It costs a lot of money, a lot of resources, a lot of logistics go into repairing these roads. And just like the drop of a hat, it's being destroyed by people who are just not concerned. How can you comfortably do things like that? And it's high traffic areas, and the ease of which these things are happening. The concrete everywhere. Where you see liquor construction taking place, concrete in the middle of the road, on the side of the road. Not to say the truck drivers ain't seeing it, not to say the companies are not aware of it, and they destroy the road. In places where the road used to be so, it become like a bicycle track, and they don't care. Nobody's holding these people accountable. But I want a man have a hard time buying a tire. You see police officers charging them and telling them, oh, the tire showing wire. That is a tongue twister. The tire showing wire, and so and sometimes you don't even showing wire yet, but you get charged anyway because the charge is that it likely to destroy the surface of the road. Well, I do. Madness. That's one madness. And here the other madness. We have become so politically divisive. You understand? I don't even understand it. So I posted a thing this morning that the government should, you know how we just talk colloquially? The government should set an example out of somebody, or well, not in these exact words, but you understand, and post the same video, with audio. the same video with audio, you know, like a book with pictures and the name of the book. I say, wait, no. I see one person, 2 persons, 3 persons, 4 persons accusing me of coming down on the government. I say the government should set an example. You understand? And oppose anything. You know how it stuck. You understand? Colloquially. And even if, in my mind, even if you don't show of what I'm trying to say, the damn thing is accompanied by a video. Accompanied by a video that is clearer than day to provide context. To provide context as to what is being presented to the public. And somehow, people found a way to make this political. Let me tell you, it sucked. I couldn't even walk today. It sucked the energy out of me. Because I am so disappointed in how we have polarized our existence to be yellow or green, for or against. That nothing is expected to be just genuine. Nothing is expected to be just what it seemed to be. Nothing is expected to be as clear as it is. That somehow we expect that there is some sort of political undertone to every and anything that we do. Listen, it sucks the energy out of me, and I could imagine what it does to others. That someone is pleading your cause, but you are so politically blinded that all you can see is probably somebody is going against. You know, some people who just fixed on victimizing themselves, that they could see a bread with their name on it and not even realize it because they are so blinded by negativity. Jesus Christ, help us. So politically sensitive. How did we get there? That everything you write, you have to think, will this, or can this, or is there any way that somebody can pull or twist this into becoming something? But you have to think about that. You know, like when you're locking up your house, you have to think like a thief, so that you don't create an opportunity for a thief to come through. You have to think like them. It's unfortunate. All you, what going on with all of us? What going on with us? What is going on with us? Knock it off. Knock it off. Anyway, now let's talk politics. The Prime Minister made a comment. Talking about jab, and the whole issue of jabs coming out during the day, like, time like no sooner of the year, and he was saying that, and that too has created some ups and downs, and a whole set of memes and the surfacing of videos and stuff like that. But what is your opinion on this matter? Because I watched it, I'm like, okay then. And then all the comments started flowing. A lot of people, I guess those who are against it, you find them more prominent on social media versus those who for. But let's take a look at the Prime Minister's comment regarding the launch of Carnival, or should we say regarding the jab in the communities.
I do want to highlight one thing though, that I've seen jab already being played on the nation rolls. It's a little too early for that, so there's something that we have to talk about. There's Carnival season and there's non-Carnival season. We're not quite yet into the carnival season. So I think this is something that I want our citizens to appreciate, that carnival is a season.
Yeah.
It's a particular time of the year, and we need to make sure that we do so safely within that season. It's just too early to have jab being played on the roads. I see it in Grandlands on the main road. I've seen it in some of the villages already. So it's something that we have to talk to Spice Mass and to revelers and so on about, to make sure that we are able to do this safely and securely.
What is your take on the comment? And we're looking at the comment section. Do you share the opinion that the Prime Minister is right to say that, hey, it is just not yet the time for that level of reveling, for that level of display of carnival-like activities? Or do you share the view that, well, since Carnival has been launched, it is for that purpose to, start getting the wheel in motion? What say you about this? Do you share the opinion that this comment should have not been made by the Prime Minister? Or do you share the comment that, hey, this is okay to say? That even if the Carnival is launched, that we should not go there and do the jab thingy because, XYZ. What say you? Okay, so we see the comments are coming in. All right, so, but if you saw social media today, oh boy, social media was a buzz. And there's a thing that we say, what's breaking the internet? Well, it left you not to guess. This was by far, well, for the first half of the day, what was breaking the internet, and then it was followed by the unfortunate incident that occurred. But again, some say that, hey, we shouldn't be playing a mass right now. It's too early for that. And some say, hey, my boss, where he was, Carnival launched a long time ago, and so that should be what it is for. I saw one angle from Bobby Steele. I saw another angle from others, including my good friend Kirk, on these matters. So it again, it's a polarized position that we see from many people. Into the politics deeper, there are a series of meetings that are taking place, hosted by the leader of the opposition, Honorable Emmeline Pear. Interestingly, she made a comment at last night's meeting, which was held at Monlong, that the next general election will be far before 2027. Now, we have joked about this on the program before. Yesterday, prior to the comment I made a $500 bet. I ain't telling you what I betted, but I made a $500 bet on when the next general election will be. But let's see. All right. Time will tell. I guess we all have to prepare ourselves for when that time comes around. So now it's time for you to be looking and deciding. You understand? Yeah. And again, looking and deciding, I thought that's what we did as a people. You understand? I voted NMP before. I voted NEC before. And that's okay. That's okay. You understand? That's okay. So where is it that we get this thing that you have to be here or there? And the fact that you vote one party, you're pro this and anti that. Like, yo, all you, that thing is so dumb. I don't know where we got it from, but I pray that we get it out of our systems, because it is not doing any good for us as a people. It's just too much fighting, too much here and there. You understand? It's just way too much of it. All right, people? Oh, yeah. The conversation about cemeteries were raised today again at the town hall meeting. It's being held in St. Mark. It should be wrapping up about now. And there was a complaint that one of the cemeteries were closed in St. Mark. And so the Prime Minister responded and he was saying that we need to start looking at a more sustainable way of burying our loved ones. Says that, and I've heard him say that before, that we have to now think about other ways of treating the remains, and he suggested cremation. I know that's a hard pill. It's a hard sell, a hard pill for some people, but might be one that others may consider. He also mentioned the need for a conversation on the construction of tombs, which now represents a more prominent and it uses more, in some cases, land space than the typical in the ground burial, and whether or not the construction of tombs should be banned in Grenada. But he says that for any decision to be made in that regard, that there will need to be some degree of consultation on this. All right, so at least you have an idea as to what to expect. All right, there's a new COVID variant out there, and they are finding some cases in the United States. All right, and so the world is watching in terms of how severe it is. There are a lot of conversation. I'm not even going into that. I'm just telling you that there are news everywhere about this new COVID-19 variant, and ever so often we hear about these variants that pop up. So if you want to know more, I suggest that you Google the business and see if you have any interest in that particular topic. All right. NB181. It's linked to a large surge, they say, in China, and it has been detected in multiple locations across the United States. And the source of this information is the Center for Disease Control and Prevention. Now, the earliest cases in the United States date back to late March and early April, and were detected through a screening program at airports for arriving international travelers. All right, now the CDC is aware this year of reported cases of COVID-19 NB181 in China, and is in regular contact with international partners. All right, so they say hospitalizations abroad have raised questions about the new variant, its symptoms, and more. All right, so anywho's. All right, so it's about time for us to move on. We want to remind you that we are likely to be affected by a tropical wave tomorrow. So let's now get into the weather. And the weather is expected to be partly cloudy with light to moderate showers. Now, tonight's minimum temperature is expected to be around 25.5 degrees Celsius. Now, winds northeasterly to easterly at 12 to 22 miles per hour. Seas moderate with waves 5 to 7 feet in northeasterly to easterly swells, and a small craft advisory remains in effect. And our weather for tomorrow, Thursday, is expected to be partly cloudy to cloudy and slightly hazy with light to moderate showers and a low chance of thunderstorms. Max temperature 30.5 degrees Celsius, and the minimum is expected to be just around 25.5 degrees Celsius. And the winds expected to be northeasterly to east-southeasterly at 12 to 22 miles per hour. Seas moderate with waves 5 to 7 feet in northeasterly to easterly swells, and a small craft advisory again will remain in effect for Thursday. And by the way, on just a point of note, the police say that they are investigating the circumstances that led to the discovery of a body in the Hog Island area. You remember we told you about this incident last night, that the previous night the individual went missing. Coast Guard and friends and family, they were searching for him or for his body, and the following day, which was yesterday, a search team was sent out again, and his body was subsequently removed from the water. The police are working on some theories. They are doing their investigations. I think very soon we'll be able to hear whether or not this will be treated as a accidental drowning or a homicide. But of course, we will give you that update once the information reaches our news desk. All right. Before we carry on further, we would like to say hello to those of you who are locked in on YouTube. Thank you for joining us as usual. And thank you for commenting, Hillary and Suzanne and, Cher and all the others, Jennifer and everybody else who's currently on, Celine, who's always there. We want to say hello to you. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. And of course, those of you who are on Facebook, for example, we've got Java, we've got Charmaine, we've got Bermuda, Leonora, Liz, Joyous, and everybody else. Hazel, Hazelan, Gloria, Bernadette, Valerie, blessings to you. Joseph, I see that you're there. And Leslie Les, how are you doing today? Ansha and Charmaine, blessings to you, all right? So guys, take care of yourselves. We're taking a break. Dillian, how are you? I see you there. And Java is the principal, eh? Java is the principal. All right, Joyous? So here's what we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come back and because we need to recognize our sponsor. So here's what. Well, we will not necessarily come back because, of course, there is no national report for tonight, of course, because there's the feature of the government's town hall meeting. So all we're going to do is we're going to taking a word from our sponsors and close things off for tonight. All right, here we go.
Are you a progressive young leader, a proactive emerging executive, a rising professional? Then you need appropriate cover for your vehicle. Introducing the Pro Motor Plan from Beacon. Car insurance that includes free loss of use, windscreen cover up to $3,500, free special perils, free accident forgiveness. Get Beacon's Pro Motor Plan today. Don't procrastinate. Call Beacon today at 440-4447 or visit beacongrenada.com.
Running low on groceries? Why not visit realvalueiga.com and experience our new online shopping platform? Place your order, then go out and enjoy your day to spend more time with friends and family. Free delivery available within select locations or in-store pickup available. Sounds simple, right? It is. Stress less, live more with Real Value IGA online store, where good food begins.
Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store now has amazing deals, special discounted prices on wedding sets, watches and selected jewelry. We sell top brand jewelry and watches like Citizen, Guess and Klein and G-Shock, all at the best prices in Grenada. We also buy scrap gold and offer the best deals and customer service on the island. Opening hours Mondays to Saturdays, 9:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store, located at the Esplanade Mall, St. George's, Grenada. Visit our brand new remodeled store or call us on telephone number 414-3114, 232-1234 or WhatsApp 533-1581. Sale is on for a limited time only.
Affordable quality products delivered to you via Superb Service. We are Superb Distributors, wholesalers and authorized agents for trusted products you know and love, like Rika Juices, Pure Heaven Products, Bibbin Diapers, New Bright Laundry Detergent, Allegra Pasta, and more.
Contact Superb Distributors at 435-2948 for superb quality and service.
Shop with confidence at Quartz. Get the lowest prices guaranteed. Get appliances, furniture, electronics, and so much more. If you find a lower price on any other products elsewhere, we'll match the price. Plus, we'll give you back 110% of the difference. Shop with confidence only at Quartz. Bringing value home. Special conditions apply.